guys, welcome back to my channel. So let me just start out by saying it feels so good to be back. I know it's been a moment that I've uploaded new content on my channel, so I do apologize, but it feels so good to be back talking to you. In today's video, this is really like just a chill chit chat, get ready with me, and also kind of like a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It's very easy to do. I use minimal products. It's so simple. So please, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do so by hitting that red button below. And if you like these kinds of videos, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions as to what you'd like to see me film next, please leave your girl some comments in the comments down below, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into foundation. Now I've already primed my face. So that's why my skin is all nice and glowy right now. It looks a little red because I did just exfoliate, which was probably stupid on my part, but we're just going to keep it moving. So for foundation today, I'm going to actually try, it's my very first time trying this, so I really hope I like it because I've heard really good things about it. This is the Dior Skin Forever Foundation. I'm really excited to try this. Like, I'm not kidding. I have heard so much about this and it better live up to its hype. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully I like what I see. So far so good, but you can't ever tell when you're just barely putting on the foundation. You know what I mean? You know what? This mirror is actually not working out for me because it's a little dirty and I just don't feel like cleaning it. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys that it feels really good to be back. I know it's been a while that I've posted a video on my channel, so I do apologize about that. But if you follow me on like Instagram or Snapchat, then you would have seen I was actually on vacation. If you guys didn't watch my boyfriend tag, I don't know why you haven't, because it's actually really cute and it's funny and you get to know a little bit more about my man. I do tell you, well, one of the questions was like, where is he from? And he's from Philly, so that's actually where we went. We spent like a couple days down the shore in Jersey, which was really nice. And it was such a fun trip. I always have a good time whenever I go down there. That was like my 7th or 8th time there, I believe. And it was just a lot of fun. So we went and visited like a ton of family, a ton of his friends. And it was it was a really good experience. So that's why like I didn't post a video for that week. That was like a couple weeks ago that I went. And then I've just really like, there's no excuse. By the way, this foundation, you see the difference? I look like I got beaten up on this side. You see the difference? Look at this. I like the way the foundation looks on my skin. That's for sure. It looks really good. I know that this is supposed to be like a medium to buildable coverage foundation, and that it is. I like the way it feels on my skin. You guys know like my skin is so picky. So sometimes like it's difficult for me to find a foundation like that everybody could be raving about and my skin could just not react well to it. But luckily that is not happening with this. Lately, by the way, I have been like priming my skin to the extreme because my eczema just comes and goes whenever the hell it wants. It's really annoying. I've been trying to get it under control, but if you have eczema or psoriasis, you know, sometimes like it just happens and you just kind of have to wing it and go with it. So whenever I go to Philly or like anywhere in the East Coast or anywhere but Las Vegas, really, my skin is always so good because of the moisture in the air. And because of how humid it is, like especially in Philly, it's so humid there. So my skin was like clear and beautiful and vibrant, and my eczema like cleared up so instantly. And then I came back to Vegas and it was like, oh, you're back to dry? Nothing? Okay. Your skin's gonna be back to fucked. So I'm actually gonna take this foundation on a bigger blending brush. This is the Morphe M439. I love this because it distributes the product so quickly and like really evenly. And even though this foundation actually matches really well, I'm going to just bring it down my neck anyway because I always do that. And now I'm just going to take my M439 brush again and just kind of press whatever's left into the skin. I really like doing this just to make sure everything is blended out the way it should be. So I'm actually really excited to be filming like a get ready with me. I haven't done this and it's been a moment. And I just really wanted to sit down and talk with you guys. I like makeup tutorials, don't get me wrong, and there will be more coming very soon, I promise. But I love Get Ready With Me. It's like I like watching them too because I want to know like what happened to that person like during the time that they were gone from YouTube. Gone, like it's so dramatic. It's not even that dramatic. Anyway, but I am getting ready because tonight my boyfriend and I are actually going on a little dinner date. His birthday was June 20th. So, I promised him that I would take him out. So we went out with my family and that was a lot of fun, but I promised him like a little night with us. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're actually trying like a new sushi place. Sushi is like our favorite food. So I can't wait. I am so excited. I'm just going to move on to some setting powder. And the setting powder I'm going to use, I've actually been really loving this. It's the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. This is what it looks like. I usually like to use my RCMA No Color Powder. The only issue with that is the packaging. Like I just have to find something else for that because the packaging, like I hate to say it, but it sucks. The product is great. The packaging sucks because like it comes out, you see like in this little situation, it's not, and it gets everywhere. I just don't like it. So I'm actually going to pour a little bit of this onto my lid that comes with this. There we go. And I'm going to take my brush. This is the Morphe E2. I love this for the powder. And what I like to do, instead of like swirling around into the skin, I like to press it into the skin so that way you don't have like a lot of weirdness. Now, you guys, look at this, but this goes all over the place. You guys are probably going to be like, well, what about concealer? Believe it or not, I haven't really been concealing much lately, and I've been loving the way it looks, especially for summertime. Like, it's lighter on the skin. You don't add so many products on, so that's why I'm going to skip concealing my eyes today, which I can't even believe I'm saying, but that is the deal. Now, can you see the difference? Look, more powder. Just ignore it. Can you see the difference between this side? Look at how flawless that looks, and no concealer. And then this side. Now, yes, this side is more dewy, but I just feel like this side looks like airbrushed. I love the way that looks. Okay, so setting powder is on. So first thoughts about this foundation, because I said like I've never tried this before. I really love the way it looks on my skin. I am pleasantly surprised. I do understand the hype. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It doesn't dehydrate my skin. That's like the major issue with more like fuller coverage foundations, is my skin always just feels really dehydrated. It doesn't look as nice. Sometimes like certain foundations will cling on to my dry patches. This doesn't do that, the Dior one. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. And I mean, it should be good because it's like almost $60. Okay, that's expensive. So now we're just going to move on to brows. And where are my, here it is. So I'm just going to go with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I do this all the time. I'm just going to brush out my brows very quickly. So for today's look, I didn't even tell you like what I'm going for. For today's look, it's going to be really, really simple, very simple eyes. Normally, like if I wasn't filming, this would probably take me 20 minutes to do, if that. I'm just going to do really simple eyes, and then I want to do like a dark vampy lip because I haven't done that in a while. It's always like nude lately. So we're just going to do that for today's, well, I should say tonight's look. Looking at my brows, I can definitely see it's like pretty much time to get them done. They are a little crazy right now. And by a little, I mean like really crazy. But like, look at the difference that brows make. I love it. I think like if there is one product that not that I couldn't live without, because I don't have to wear makeup, like it's not a necessity, but I would want brows because brows really do shape your face. And probably like chapstick. Yes. Because nobody likes chapped lips. By the way, on my lips is the, what is it called? It's from Glam Glow's like mask treatment. I absolutely love the way it makes my lips feel, and it gives like a nice little sheen to my lips. Like as you can see, it almost looks like I'm wearing gloss, but that's just how the product is, and I love it. It just hydrates it so much, and I always like to do this before I do my makeup. Like I like to apply like a little lip mask. That way when it's time to do lips, which is always last for me, my lips are always like nice and hydrated and not cracked or dry or anything like that. Okay, so like I said, brows are going to be simple. We're done with that. Now moving on to the eyes. I think I want to use my Morphe 25A palette. I love this palette so much. This is what it looks like right here. I think it's gorgeous, and like I said, the eyes are going to be so simple. So I'm just going to take this shade right here and just use this as my all over color and be done. Like literally one color and that's it. So I'm just going to put this all over my lids and then into the crease, and it's going to be so, so simple. So anyways, I wanted to tell you guys about something very exciting, and I want you to let me know in the comments below what you think about this. I've been working for a while on starting my own blog, which, like, I was a little hesitant at first because I'm like, oh my God, like, what is my first post even going to be? How often should I blog? What should I do? So I did like a lot of research, and my first blog post will be going up soon. It's like an actual, my own website, obviously, and the whole thing. Like, I'm really, really, really excited about it. I'm actually very proud of it because I did everything myself. I did not work with a web designer or anything. I just kind of figured it out like I did with Final Cut Pro. So I'm very, very happy about it. I love the design. I cannot wait to debut it to you guys soon. That'll be like its own separate video so I can kind of navigate everything with you and you get an idea of how everything works. This is a lot darker than what I wanted it to be. So we are going to actually go into the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I love this palette. And I'm actually going to take Peaches and Cream, which is this shade right here, in hopes, love the way it smells, in hopes that I can lighten this up, because this is not the darkness that I wanted, that's for sure. I was like, oh, we're going to go light. And then it ends up being dark. Nope. So I'm just going to lighten this up with this shade. Yeah, this is better. The only bad thing about messing up is you have to kind of do what you did on one side to the other, or else the color could be off. So that's why I'm just going to darken this up a bit. I actually like the way this side looks as opposed to this side, that's for sure. Now, the only other thing I'm going to do, don't worry, I will fix my eyeshadow in a second, is I'm going to highlight my inner tear duct, and I'm going to take this shade Luscious right here. Such a beautiful color. And Nectar, I like to mix the two, and just pop this in my inner tear duct just to give like a little glow. My boyfriend actually always makes fun of me because he's always like, you always do that. I'm like, yeah, and this is also, like, highlighting your inner tear duct is also a really good trick if you suffer from dark circles like I do. And again, I didn't use concealer, but it's a good trick to kind of cover that up and mask it. So now on my lower lash line, I'm just going to take this shade Puree and just kind of smoke out my lower lash line. Again, nothing too dramatic. By the way, this is my Morphe E36. I love this brush for the lower lash line because it really does distribute the product so well. And also it just like really gives you like that nice smoked out effect that you're looking for. This is going to look a little dramatic at first, but when everything is blended and it all comes together, you're going to see just how like light the eyes actually are. And with my Morphe E18, there's no additional product on this. I'm just going to like blend this out even more, just so that way it doesn't appear so harsh, because again, we want the eyes to look like as soft as possible. And now I'm just going to pop some mascara on. My favorite, you guys know, the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This is seriously better than almost any high-end mascara I've ever tried. I think everybody and their mother always makes that really ugly face when they're doing mascara. Like I have to. And I also can't talk. I have a difficult time talking when I do mascara. Okay, so the eyes are done. Now for the face, I'm going to move on to bronzer, and the bronzer I'm using is my Hoola Benefit, one of my favorites of all time. But anyway, so moving back on to my blog that I was talking about, I cannot wait for you guys to see it. And like I said, I'm going to be debuting it soon. It's really cool because you really get, like, I wouldn't say a glimpse into my life, but you kind of do. There's like all of my makeup tutorials are all categorized like by story time and challenges and different categories. And then we've got like fashion stuff. We have like some modeling stuff that I did. It's really, really, really cool. And I'm going to be doing like giveaways on there. It's going to be, it's going to be awesome. I'm not even kidding. By the way, the brush that I'm using is my Morphe E3. I always use this to kind of like, it's like an all over. It's a really good all over, like the face brush for your bronzer, for contour, anything like that. I always bronze up my face with this. Another thing I like to do when I bronze is I always make sure to press the product into the skin so that way it doesn't look like there's just layers and layers. So that's a really good tip that I have for you guys, especially if you have dry skin like myself. But anybody should really be doing this. It just makes it look more, more airbrushed. Now I'll pop like the slightest amount of bronzer just right here in this area, literally the slightest amount, because I have a really tiny forehead as it is. So if I like try to contour the hell out of my forehead, I think it's going to look ridiculous. It just wouldn't look right on me because my forehead isn't large. Sometimes I wish I had a larger forehead because I have like a 2.5 head. And we'll pop some of this under the chin just to kind of define our chin a little bit, our jawline. Okay, so our face is sculpted. Now I'm going to just contour my nose really, really, really lightly. I don't want anything crazy. And I'm just going to go back in with that Benefit Hoola bronzer and just do it really, really lightly. Now this is a blending brush and I just want something very light, which is why I'm using a really it's a really loose blending brush. It's not going to create like super harsh lines. This is the Crown Pointed Crease Brush, the C412. And we're just going to go ahead and go down the bridge of the nose ever so slightly. Now what I always do is I take my beauty blender and just go over that because I don't want it to be too harsh. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star Cosmetics highlighter in Peach Goddess, one of my new favorites. I really love the way this looks on my skin tone. Like it's so gorgeous and it's blinding. Look at this. Look, just watch. You ready? Oh. So for my highlight, I like to pop this into the brow bone. Nothing, no extra product. Like I just like to make like a nice little C shape and just really blend this into the skin and also like pat it into the skin. I will go over this with a beauty blender so it's not like just one stripe. But look at how beautiful that is. Oh my God. Like, are you kidding? That was like one dip, just boop, and then yeah. I also have been like doing this thing where I go above my brow and I like to put it like right here where like the natural part of my face will always light up, glow. I'm going to blend this out because obviously like that looks crazy. That looks a little too crazy, but I will be blending it out with my beauty blender. By the way, if you're curious to know what brush this is the Anastasia A23. It's like my favorite blending brush besides my Morphe fan brush that I have. Now just pop a little bit on the chin area. I look like I am glowing from the gods. Tip of the nose, of course, and a little down the bridge of the nose so that way it kind of straightens out that contour that we did. And now you'll see I'm going to take my beauty blender again and just go over all of that because that looks like that's intense as hell. So I'm just going to press it into the skin and I'm going to try and blend it in also with my contour. I really like doing this. And I'll show you the difference like when you do this versus if you don't. All right, so for lips today, I am going to line my lips first with the Milani Easy Liner retractable pencil. Milani has like some of the best lip liners in my opinion and it's drugstore so you really can't beat it. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take off this mask now so that way it doesn't interfere with my liquid lip that I'm going to put over it. Okay, so my lip mask is off. I'm just going to run my beauty blender over my lips because as you guys saw, like I have very, very naturally like colored lips, you know, so, and this also will help dry everything. So I like the way that looks. Now I'm just going to line my lips and then we're going to go in with liquid lipstick. Now the liquid lipstick I'm going to use, I love the NYX Liquid Suede cream lipsticks. So the shade that I'm using is Vintage. This is what it looks like right here, like super dark and vampy. This is almost like a fall look, but who cares? Okay, so the last and final step is I'm going to set my face and also add a little bit of radiance to it with the Tarte Ready Set Radiant. This stuff has quickly become my favorite. I do this before my makeup, which is why you saw my skin looked very like dewy, and then I like to do this after. Like it's so good. Because too much spray is never enough. All right, you guys, and that is the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. All I did was I put on a nice little choker. It's got some silver and gold, so I figured I'd just do some basic hoop earrings, you know. So yeah, that is the end. I hope you enjoyed. I love just sitting down and chit-chatting with you guys and just hanging out and not feeling so like, okay, you know what I mean? Like so robotic with a makeup tutorial because sometimes it can feel that way. So if you did enjoy this video, please give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my social media sites. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for keeping up with me.